Hi, and welcome back to In the Closet with me, B. Åkerlund. I think we're going on week 8. I'm not sure. I'm sort of starting to lose track. But I have a special guest today. Guest of the day will be very excited because this will be a new one for me. Um, oh, oh,
Hey,
hi.
how are
Hi.
you?
Hi, can you tell me your name? We're having a little bit of a lag.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, hello? Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
I feel like the connection might be weird.
Yeah,
Hello?
let me see here.
Is it my internet or yours?
I'm not sure.
Okay, now I can hear you. Oh, hi.
Is it better?
Technical difficulties with
Hmm.
buttons. I mean,
It's like I'm
oh,
underground.
hi. Are you underground or are you here with us?
A little bit. I'm here. I'm here.
Hi, tell us your name.
So I am Edwin the rabbit when I have the head
Hi,
on.
Edwin.
But yes, but then I am Ryan Britton, the designer for the National Bureau. Um, so I go back and forth, if that makes sense.
Great. We're wearing the same sweatshirt. Look at that.
Yes, I saw that.
Amazing.
Great minds think alike. Thank you.
Always. So I have to say, this is a first for me. I've never interviewed a rabbit before, so I'm kind of
Yeah,
excited about it now
right.
that I'm like such an animal lover and an animal person.
Yeah.
How did Edwin come about? Tell us.
Well, it's kind of I've always seen or used the power of invisibility, and it's always been something that's been kind of important to me. Like for you, you use yourself as this like absolutely amazing canvas for your art. And for me, like I kind of look at myself, I'm kind of like, really, it's just like I don't know. I just sort of want to have the things that I do kind of leave the impression. And so, there is a need to sort of get out in front of things and talk to people and interact with people. And I was like, well, how am I going to do that? And Edwin just came to mind. I mean, it was
What's the obsession with why a rabbit and not
okay.
a wolf or something
Yeah,
else?
I actually probably rabbits dig for one thing, but like the way that Edwin came to me as like my alter ego is I was in my creative process. It's very process oriented and it's very methodical. Edwin just struck down from the heavens. I mean, it was literally like I had a full concept in zero time. I was like, well, how am I going to do this? And then Edwin came about, like the name, the
Well,
type
we
of
we love
rabbit.
Ed. Does Edwin have a last name? Like, or is he like Madonna, Cher, Beyonce? He only goes by
Yeah,
his name.
he's just Edwin. He's just Edwin the rabbit. Walking around, talking to people, and showing up in the clothes. And so yeah, he's yeah, that's where he came from. It was like lightning strikes, and I don't get that much. And so I was like, I'm going with
Gail
it.
wants to know how many rabbit heads do you have?
Just one.
Okay.
But these things are pretty delicate. They're repairable. So yeah. So it's always like, what's 2.0 going to be like? So
Right. All
yeah.
right. So I know you used to be a journalist. Now,
Yeah.
what made you get into fashion and want to build a clothing line?
Yeah, I've always been into fashion, and I've always been a storyteller, and I wanted to sort of meld the two together because I kind of felt like it hadn't been done, and that was it was sort of the challenge of it. It's been an idea that I had for a long time that wouldn't go away. It's like, can you make clothes that are an actual storytelling medium? And I wanted to see if I could do it. And it was just sort of the idea that kept coming back over and over and over and over again. It wouldn't go away. And so I went for it. And yeah,
Well,
so,
your sweatshirt is very comfortable. I'm very grateful.
oh,
Most of my
thank you.
live talks are very, very uncomfortable. Today, I'm
Yeah,
like, in a super cozy outfit, and I appreciate
yeah,
that because,
cool.
from being like locked in my house and closet for 8 weeks, sometimes we
Yeah,
just gotta get cozy.
you
It's
do, you
important.
do. Yeah, yeah. And I want especially my hoodies, I want them to feel like security blankets.
Yeah, I mean, there's not often I wear a hoodie and sweatpants because, I like the
Right.
concept, but today I'm very grateful. It's a little chilly here in LA, so
Oh,
it feels really good.
cool,
The other
cool.
thing is, so what is the whole concept behind TNBOPR? Am I saying that yet?
Yeah,
Right?
you can say it that way. Sure. Yeah, yeah. So basically, it's the idea is, I mean, I'm a big fat nerd, and so that the idea is to take my sensibilities, which you don't often kind of see within the industry, and um, make clothes. And so the concept was,
What are your sensibilities, just so we can tell our viewers so
I
they
love history and technology, and I love the obscure, and I love the things that you would never see the light of day unless I bring them out, And so it's kind of the opposite of like iconography. And so that's where I like to be, where I like to work. And so anyway, going back to the National Bureau, um, the concept is really science, technology, history, true stories that show up on clothes in beautiful, amazing ways. And even if you don't pay attention to the story, even if you don't care about the story, the clothes are still cool and beautiful.
Well, all your clothes have like sort of this like tag and this story and this
Right.
whole thing. I mean, I sort of had my twins go at it yesterday because,
Yeah.
I'm a maximalist, and I was like, what do I do with these t-shirts? And so I
Yeah.
called them into my closet to get some help. And they're
So
like,
cool.
look at this, mom. And then they
Yeah.
just sort of like made the sleeves into pants, and they
Yeah.
just like did the whole thing. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, even I couldn't thought of that. So,
Yeah.
sometimes creativity comes from strange places, and I just
For
sort of go
sure.
with it.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Yeah. And I've gotten people that are like, you came up with that idea? And I was like, no, no, I didn't. But it's cool, So. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and the idea of me being the styling that you did was so cool. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, I mean, I gave it a go, but it took me nowhere. So
That's cool.
that's when I get my little small creative geniuses to step in, because they never
Yes.
fail.
Yeah. Kids are. Yeah. 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 They have good ideas too. Yeah. Yeah. Like any rabbit, I've got a ton of kids, and so
You do? How many kids do you
yeah,
have?
four.
Oh, wow.
I've got four. So yeah, it's
I
crazy.
mean,
They all
rabbits do
came.
like to make babies, a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm no different.
uh,
So
uh,
yeah, yeah.
so tell me a little bit more about these stories and the science behind, the design and the
Sure.
message behind it.
Right. So, in my previous career, I did science journalism. I had a national public radio show with a group. It wasn't just mine. I was part of a group. It was called Earth and Sky, and yeah, I did that for a lot of years. And we also did stuff for ABC News and for Univision and for Voice of America. And so we did these. It was basically science programming, and like during that time, I would, we'd interview scientists. I'd meet with scientists and I'd look at their data visualizations. I'd look at the stuff that they're working on and I'd be like, this is beautiful. And they were sort of like, what? I'm like, no, 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 really, it
I mean,
is. And they're
I
like,
like I don't know much because I'm just a fashion nerd. So
yeah,
when you say science, when I think of science, I think of like, you know, putting things together that explode with like,
Right.
smoke. I mean, that's my version of science,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
so what you're talking about, how does one get into that? Because it's like so far from what I do. So I need to
Yeah.
try to understand it.
It's kind of far away from everything, really. It's kind of its own world, and it's like super siloed, and that was kind of the task at hand, was to try to bring it to the rest of the world. But what is science? I mean, it could be like anything under the sun in terms of, are we, most science is looking for answers that is related to the world, the reality, the universe that we live in. And you kind of study everything related to that. So science in a way is sort of everything. It's just a unique way with a unique, purpose and goal in mind, when you look at it and when you study
Would
it.
you say that
And
this pandemic is science?
yeah, I mean, it's yeah, science is what's going to save us. I'll tell you that much. Data and um, just looking at it from a science process, that's what's going to save us. Um, it's funny because I see, the leaders, there's so much like fingers crossed and God, we hope this works. And meanwhile, you have the scientists in the background going, no, 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 we understand sort of the trends that are happening here. Let's use that. And sometimes we use them, like California is using them, I think, a lot more. And where I'm at, Texas is not.
So
So,
your whole take on it all is that you bring your science into your designs and your
yes,
like your patterns and what you do, which is a
right.
totally different approach of anyone else that I know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think there's just sort of natural market separation there, which is something that, I really count upon.
Right. I mean, at
But
one point, I always wanted to make like a smoke outfit, like an outfit that
yeah,
sort of like, I actually have smoke machines in my garage, but I never
yeah,
figured it out. But I'm also a big tech nerd and I've always loved technology. I mean, this
right.
like IG Live is totally new for me because
Yeah,
usually behind the camera and I'm, the silent wizard.
right.
Um, but I'm taking this time to sort of get to know some of our designers and exploring more and
Very
learning
cool.
and
Yeah,
talking to people around the world and
right.
keeping us all engaged in these like really lonely times.
For sure. It is super lonely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, it's always good to sort of expand your horizons with the time that you have. I mean, sort of take advantage of the forced quarantine. That's something that I'm doing. It's like I feel like I've got a bit more time, and so I'm just hitting it harder and learning new things and studying not just
Are you
science, but
designing new pieces in a new collection during this time?
yeah, yeah. I'm almost finished with number two, and so I'm just kind of waiting for things to like free up and get the first pieces made. And
Are
so
you making matching pants for me?
yes,
We need,
yes,
I
I've got
tried. This is the best I could match your shirt that I had in my closet.
right, right, right.
Because we love a
So I've
concept.
got three bottoms coming. So BDU pants, sweatshirts, and then basketball shorts.
Okay,
So yeah, yeah, they're cool.
cool,
They're cool. So
awesome.
yeah,
Can you tell us, do you have an ideal celebrity that you would love to wear your brand?
huh. I almost sort of just want to go when it comes to celebrity. Like I want those that the clothes resonate with to wear it, And so I don't know if I have an exact celebrity. I'm always so appreciative of people who get the stuff and love the stuff and want to wear the stuff.
It's really
Like,
good quality. I mean, this sweatshirt's
thank
super
you.
comfy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, the details are important to me for sure. But I love hip hop, and so to see those guys wear it, would be amazing. All the guys, like even like Run the Jewels is a band that I love, and Travis Scott I love. And those guys, that would be a dream come true. Kendrick Lamar would be a dream come true. So yeah,
Okay, cool.
love
Now,
those
I
guys.
think we all want to know,
Yeah.
quarantining like a rabbit, are there perks to that, or, you know,
Hmm.
is it more
Yeah.
difficult?
No, it's difficult just because, like I mentioned, those kids, they are not happy being stuck at home. They are.
They just want to jump around.
Yeah, man, they're taking it out on me. So, you know, um, I think it's really similar. And I think that when it comes to this quarantine, that like there's sort of like these hidden stages of grief that we're all going through. It's like
Lots of
I'm
emotions.
yeah, even if you feel fine and you feel safe and you're thankful for everything that you have,
I
it's
mean, I
like
spent my birthday and Mother's Day by myself drinking Bloody Marys.
yeah, yeah. And so
I
that
don't know
that
if that's
sounds like
good or bad.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it sounds like somebody who's working through something, which is like completely normal. And so that's one of the things that I've sort of had to deal with within myself and especially within my kids is I'm like, you're sad and that's okay, and we're gonna get through this. So,
My
yeah,
kids are
but I think
actually taking it pretty good. They're not sad at all. Like it's a
yeah,
nonstop party at my house.
that sounds good. We're coming over. Well, we can't, but maybe soon. But yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I wanted to know, do you have like a favorite quarantine food? Do you like have your own organic garden, or are you like
Right.
eating banana bread like the rest of us?
Let me. We're making lots of carrot muffins. Like that's actually true. Like
Okay, yeah.
like my kids, like they eat so little vegetables that like that's the one thing that we can do that doesn't have like a ton of sugar but yet has vegetables. And so we're making carrot muffins like twice a week.
Carrot
And
muffin.
so
Okay, and does that have sugar in it or no
it
sugar?
has some. It has some. Yeah, it has some, and it has some like zucchini in it, and yeah, and they're really good.
I mean,
You know.
when I was growing up, my mother didn't allow any junk food in my life.
Oh,
So when I
yeah,
moved to America, all my friends had these like amazing lunches in school, and she would
yeah,
actually make me carrot sandwiches,
yeah.
which was the most disgusting thing ever. Like literally, I didn't even get like, cheese or anything. Like she literally like shred carrots and put it on like a
Right.
brown piece of bread, and that was my lunch. And it was a very
Wow.
depressing time for me, and I would always throw it in the trash, which is very bad, and sort of like eat my friends' lunches. So when I got a
Right.
little bit older and had freedom, I like indulged in like Lucky Charms cereal and all this
Yes.
unhealthy food because I wasn't allowed it. So, my
Right.
parental like skills are that like we always have candy at our house, and
Yeah.
kids are only allowed candy on the weekend, but it's not a big deal. I've never made it a big
Yeah.
deal. So they don't
Right.
sort of like attack the candy drawer.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. 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 With mine, I've actually we've been really lax on the sugar, like much more so than before we had to all come home, just because like we're like, look, you want more M&Ms, you want that Oreo, fine, just
right.
go for
But
it.
here, have a
Yeah.
carrot muffin.
Yeah. But here, have a carrot muffin. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. But then another thing that I've been doing, and this may be weird, but like, well, I don't have one now, but like I keep a jar of peanut butter and a spoon, and I just eat it. Like I just eat it
I
and work, and I can skip
I didn't
meals that
know
way.
rabbits like peanut butter, but
I love peanut butter. I
I've
love
never
it.
been a big fan of peanut butter. I don't know, it's sticky and
Yeah,
I don't know. It's not really my thing. Like it had to be like real late at night or like I want a
yeah,
PJ's sandwich, but
right.
it doesn't happen very often.
I just eat the
Um,
stuff. I don't know. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
All right, so to sum
Strange.
this up, can you tell us three things on your bucket list?
Hmm.
If you have,
Um. Uh. So I want to drive from Maine to Southern California in a car. Just go, like,
and
and
how
just
long is that ride?
I think it's like 30. I think like if you do it like it's probably like 40 hours, maybe something around there, like total.
Okay.
Um, I want to do that. I want to live in London again because I lived there. Part part of my college experience was in London, and so I was there for a while. I got together with my wife in London, so I'd like to go back there. That's on my bucket list for sure.
Okay.
Um, three things. And then I would love to I would love to not build a car, but like restore a car. And I want to restore a car that is completely like unloved by people, you know, like there's like a mid 80s Mazda that I really want. Or like a Volkswagen Fox or something like somebody would be like, why would you do that? And it's like, well,
But
because no one
do
else
you know
did.
anything about old cars, or is this just like something you're?
No, no, it's I can fix, I can do basic automotive repair, but not like that. I'd have to learn. So
I mean,
yeah.
I don't recommend it. I had a Rolls Royce from '79. It was the
Oh
living
yeah,
nightmare. It was so
yeah,
difficult. Like literally every time I got in it, like
yeah,
it was like a joyride. It would break down, and then
yeah.
I tried to like do everything to save it, and then
Right.
eventually I was like, just please someone take it because
Yeah.
it was like a money guzzler.
Right. 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 Yeah. Those things that had like technology, like even like one from '79 is going to basically be like a 1950s car, and like they had all those vacuum leaks, like all the like the vacuum system that
Yeah,
it's used like
it wouldn't pass smog and everything.
yeah,
Nightmare.
yeah, yeah.
I would get stuck
They're
all the time. I would take the kids to school and would like break down on Franklin.
right,
It was horrible. I had to end up taking like an Uber to school.
right.
So much
Yeah.
for the joyride. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
hey
Yeah.
Edwin, thank you so much for tuning in with us,
Thank
telling us
you.
about all your science and all that good stuff. I hope
Thank
the
you.
rabbit babies aren't keeping you too busy and that, we can
Yeah.
all run free very soon.
We need to hop around. It's time, you know. And
Yes.
so fingers crossed on that. And yeah, for you too. I hope the party continues. You know.
You know what? It's quarantine, no quarantine, lockdown, no lockdown. It's always
Right.
a party at my house.
Right. 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 And then you IG it, and which is great. So thank you.
Well, you know. All right.
Yeah.
You have a good day.
You too. We'll talk soon. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. Bye.